In this video, we're going to create an email account for a user, enable Outlook web access, and connect for it from a Windows 7 machine. Okay, we're going to start and we're going to launch the Exchange Management Console. And now the Exchange Console has launched. Here you can see a summary of what we did install. The couple of things, this is the XTC organization. This server configuration is where you configure all your server configuration. Recipient box, this is mailbox, is where you set up all the users. Not this one. This will just tell you your Exchange hub server and stuff like this. So the two parts or the two interfaces that you're normally going to deal with is recipient box and server configuration. Mailbox is where we create the user mailbox, and hub transport client access is where we're going to enable Outlook anywhere so you can access your emails. So we're going to click enable Outlook anywhere access. We click on enable Outlook access, the wizard will pop up. Enter your host name. We can enter mail.testlab.com. Alright, mail.testlab.com. Let's say enable, and it will enable. Warning, also, and it will be enabled on your client access server for configuration period approximately 15 minutes. Outlook anywhere has been enabled. Check the application for login to the server Exchange shell. So make sure everything is okay. This thing is up and completed. Going to say finish. And we're going to create an email account for our existing user. We're going to click on mail. We're going to say new mailbox. The wizard will come up. The user mailbox is this is we want to create it. We want to create a user mailbox. We'll click next. Then you have two options. We can create a new user. We're not going to create a new user, but I'm just going to click next so you can see how it is to create a new user. Note, when you create a new user, it automatically creates a user in the Active Directory. So you don't have to go and create a user in the Active Directory and then come and create one in the mailbox. If you use the mailbox settings to create a new user, it automatically creates a user in the Active Directory. So we're going to hit back and we're going to use existing user. We're going to hit the plus sign, add, and these are the users what we have created. You'll see Donald Matthews is a user I created. We're going to highlight him and we say OK. Then we say next. Right, enter the alias for the mailbox user. We don't want no alias. It's in the database. We can leave all this as default. We hit next. Some type of invalid property cannot be tempered alias. For the alias, we're just going to put the logger name, D Matthews. We're going to hit next. Right, alias is D Matthews, Donald Matthews. I'm going to click new, and we're going to start to configure, and we click finish. And in mailbox, you will see now you want to see the accounts. Donald Matthews just created, and the administrator is normally be the default. So if you wanted to create a new one, we could click new mailbox, or we could right click and say new mailbox. Right, now we're going to go to a Windows 7 machine, access the server, and see if we can access Donald Matthews mail. The Windows 7 machine, open Microsoft, open Internet Explorer. There's two ways we can do it. We're going to, because we local LAN, we're going to use the IP address of the server. Now Exchange is set up using HTTPS, so we have to type in HTTPS : / the IP address of the server / and then Outlook OWA for Outlook Web Access. Hit enter and would hit us directly to the server. Now we can even do and use the server name. We give example / no. https :// the server name, which is 2008, and then we just type in the OWA, right? Because it's a signed certificate, we will get this pop-up because it's a local, because we don't have a valid certificate. This is a locally signed certificate. We say continue to the website, which is not recommended, but we are on a local line, so we can move forward. And then we will get the same prompt to enter our username and password. So the same way we could access it using the host IP address, or we could use it using the qualified server domain name. Do enter the credentials for the account D Matthews, Donald Matthews. Gonna enter the password. I'm going to sign in. Right. First time you sign in, it will ask you to change your language if you want to, and then your time region. We can leave this as default, or you can change it to your correct time region depending on what time region you are. Then we say OK. Right, and we have just set up our email account for Donald Matthews, and he could access this using Outlook Web Access. You don't have to use an email client like Microsoft Outlook or any other mail client. You could set up the server to use Outlook Web Access, and you could use it or access it anywhere you want to. Alright, let's minimize. Let's go back to the server. We're going to create another account and then send email back and forth to see that it's functioning. This time we're going to create a new user. Next, let's give him a first name, Pat Brown. Alright, name Pat Brown, login, P Brown, password, confirm password, click next, alias P Brown, next, create an archive mailbox for this account. We don't want to create an archive mailbox. Gonna say next. It's going to set up, give you a summary, mailbox, Pat, last name Brown, username Pat Brown, logon name P Brown, domain alias P Brown, click new. Right, until this has been completed, finish, and we finish. Now we see Pat Brown here, so let's just double check again. Let's go and show you that it's did created in the Active Directory. Right, test. Let's go to user and let's look for Pat Brown. See, it created it in the Active Directory, so you don't have to do it and then create it. So let's go back to Windows 7 machine. Right, we're gonna log on with Pat Brown. We're gonna create a new mail. D Matthews at right. Let's check D Matthews. Let's see if we have any email. Right, we have a test from Pat Brown. Let's reply to Pat Brown. Send. Let's just check Pat Brown. Pat Brown has a inbox. Test, thanks. So that's how we just set up an account in Exchange 2010. Right. So let's just go through a quick review. First video we installed Exchange, and in second video we configured on 2 accounts, and we enable 2 accounts on the recipient configuration mailbox. Remember, we're using new mail to configure to create the account. We can create a new one or add an existing account. On the server configuration, client access, we enable Outlook Anywhere access, so they can be able to get access to the email. So that's conclude my video in installing and setting up on configuration Microsoft Exchange 2010 on server 2008 R2.